I guess it's also pulling that chaff kind of a bit together. Like they're now coming from this angle, all of it. The Vulcan is definitely grilling everything, I feel like. He still hasn't done anything about this, because I really think he should sell this out. Maybe go for a quick steel ball force to push for this. This Vulcan is doing a lot of damage. It's getting that my Vulcan, but it also got destroyed itself. And just look at how quickly it starts deleting a Scorpion with over 22,000 health. The hacker does get another hack off. Under the tower debuff, it still deletes a tower rather quickly. And yeah, I think I can accelerate at this point because it's not going to be a surprise what happens. I am kinda... like, there's no more chaff cleared down here, and that is really bad for me. But at the same time, I still have a shield here, and I can hack those units rather quickly with a lot of combined hacking damage. We have fortresses coming out, melting points, arc lights, or wraiths. That's why I like to keep some leveled marksmen around, so that I can counter wraiths if they appear. I'm still not sure why my opponent invested into a Scorpion here, by the way. I think that is kind of a throw. Because what is that Scorpion really doing? If anything, he should have put it on the line. Like, I'm going to invest heavily into defending this tower at this point. All I would realistically do is invest another 550 to max out the tower level. He's now also going for Scorching Flames, I think. Yeah, that's the upgrade name. It doesn't flat multiply, I think. It just adds on top of these 200%. So technically that is a Vulcan with a total of 425% damage. Now pushing 7,650 DPS. Shields on the fortress is pretty bad, but I also put shields on my hackers so that they can endure a bit. This hacker is level 3, this one as well. This Vulcan is about to level, this Vulcan probably will level as well. And simply so that I add another problem for my opponent, I go for some wasps. Because he doesn't have a lot of anti-air. He has some fangs here, and then some marksmen, and that's about it. Now I go for range on the Vulcans. And something interesting is going to start happening right now, I think. So I have superior range here. My opponent still has a lot of wasted supply on this side. Shields get cracked somewhat easily, but not all that much easily. The shields on my hackers protecting my Vulcan. I don't think I actively planned for this, but it's kinda cool. Unfortunately, now you can see something happening. Soon, I think. Okay, not this route. You'll see it in later rounds. Will I? Yeah, I will get that, but unfortunately the fortresses are enough. AoE from the Stormcrawlers has destroyed these hackers, so that was an issue. My opponent does actually get this tower, but basically as the fight is already over, so he really has so much wasted supply here, and he still wipes the floor with me. More upgrades. Mobile beacon, steelball production, elite fang, and mass-produced wraith. None of that is really sounding tempting to me. So I sell out of it. Not sell out of it, I skip it and get some extra cash, even though it's not much. The Vulcan here can level. This Vulcan unfortunately didn't get enough XP. I go drop some melting points because if I drop Scorpions, they could easily destroy some units that my hackers would try to hack. So I go for melting points in order to destroy enemy units with high HP, but not in one attack. Instead, with a beam over time that will kinda meet at a decent point with the hackers. Is my hope, at least. So what else is happening? Not really much, honestly. There's more chaff on the board, but I still have these Vulcans. They will now start lobbing some fire missiles. Some incendiary bombs. They will not all get, like... Oh no, they're dropping oil. I didn't have the money for fire missiles, so I got oil. Fortress shields should be going down much more quickly against the melting points. Hackers, of course, contributing a lot. And now that fortress, you can just see it ticking up. Also, my opponent's Wraith getting destroyed by the melters. Now you start seeing that interaction here. Look at how quickly that melter died. The moment this got range, for whatever reason, despite the fact that in the last round the hacker was safe behind the Vulcan, it now no longer is safe against the Vulcan. I do end up winning the round, I guess, because I still have a Vulcan and a hacker here. And of course a melting point and a lot of other stuff. But at the end of the day, that is a very, very poor interaction because it basically killed one of my hackers for free. More upgrades come out. I kinda regret not having another super high level hacker. Laser sights and intensive training also exist. Intensive training, I guess that's decent. He levels this Vulcan to 4 and it's now doing well over 15,000 damage per second. Like this Vulcan counters, it's starting to counter everything that exists on the ground. This thing can probably start winning 1v1 against a level 1 melter. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess not with range enhancement on the melter. But against the normal melter, it could actually start winning against that. He's distracting some of the fire with his crawlers in the flank here. He now also has some steel balls here to get that tower more quickly. I leveled it to level 4, but I didn't want to invest all the way. He's getting some additional EMP on the Stormcallers now. Well, not additional, he's getting some EMP to begin with on the Stormcallers now. Maybe I should have sold these Mustangs, but they're still getting a good amount of kills, so they are helping with chaff clear a lot. I do go and invest into melters with spawns now, to hopefully distract some units later on. This tower is level 5, so even though he has so many... Why do you... I guess it clears chaff faster. That is a reason to get the steel balls in more quickly. But is it really going to be worth... At the very least, you should now be selling that here. Sell all of this. All of it. It's doing no good. I put a missile somewhat staggered behind to see if it can accomplish something once the shields have gone down, but I didn't put it staggered behind enough. These units are pushing on a level 1 tower, level 5 tower, so they will take a while to get it down. You can just see the damage these steel balls are doing. Bah. But I'm not sure if it is even necessary. Once again, the very poor interaction here has done a lot of damage to this hacker already. But since the Vulcan moved up for having less range, it actually protected it for a while. That said, the hacker also got EMP'd. And in the end, EMP finishes it for my opponent. Legit, I think if the hacker hadn't gotten interacted poorly, I would have stood a chance. But all in all, my hacker play is just super bad, I think. My opponent was winning with like 1,200 supply on this side that could have been sold off and put on this side. And he was still winning against me, putting everything I had onto this side. So my hacker play is... It legit is horrible. My opponent made so many mistakes by putting so many units on this side, and he still managed to beat me. That is super depressing. I want to replicate what other people do with hackers. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Maybe the answer is too few units. That might actually be the answer. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. Oops. Let's move on to the next game. I don't want to see this depressing stuff again.